Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's Sing for Alexa Saturday. We are so excited today because it's not only Sing for Alexa Saturday, it's October 3rd, Mean Girls Day, and in honor of that, we are so incredibly fortunate and lucky to have Grace here with us, who was in Mean Girls on Broadway as a swing. We are so incredibly lucky to have you here with us today, Grace. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. Oh, dad jokes, oy vey. So if this is your first Zoom and you're not quite sure kind of what's going on or what the whole deal is with this, the masterclass portion of this Zoom will be an hour long. The first 15 minutes will be Grace and I introducing ourselves. The next 15 minutes we will have singer number one. Next 15 minutes singer number two. Next 15 minutes singer number three. And that will be it and pretty much sum it up. And then we're going to do some fun musical theater trivia. The winner will get a free video chat with me, and then I'll just stick around until 1:30 and answer any questions. Yeah, okay, so I guess we will begin. Hi, I'm Alexa. I assume you probably know a little bit about me if you're here on this Zoom right now. But just in case, I am a musical theater TikToker. I do a lot of songwriting challenges. I come from a very musical family, so I was singing on the bandstand, watching them perform since I was, oh my gosh, born basically. And I just loved the idea of music and how it just brought people together in this mysterious, beautiful way that I just wanted to dive into more when I grew up. I went to a high school of the performing arts where I was an acting major, and during that time, I did a lot of pre-college programs for both musical theater and classical singing. When I started my vocal pursuits, it was primarily classical singing that I did, but I still always had a big love for musical theater. I was just very interested in the whole academic side of singing that I felt like I was able to really dive into when I was training classically. Um, yeah, and so I did a lot of pre-college programs. I did at Juilliard, Westminster Choir College, Rutgers Musical Theater Academy, and Paper Mill Playhouse's Conservatory. And so I almost felt like during my high school years, I had a very conservatory, intense style form of training. So for college, I wanted to go to Ithaca College, where I am a music and theater major, not a musical theater major, but my official title is a BMO major, Bachelor of Music with an outside field in theater arts, where I'm learning how to compose my own music and the whole business side of it, what goes on in producing shows, if that's something I want to do in the future, which it is. So that works out well. And yeah, I'm a sophomore currently at Ithaca, sort of. It's Zoom University right now, so it's a little weird, but still going strong. And that's me. So now I'll let Grace introduce herself.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Grace Romanello. I'm 21, and I am a swing in the first national tour of Mean Girls the Musical. Um,
Woo!
Obviously, not at the moment, but very excited to get back, hopefully as soon as possible. But of course, making sure everybody's safe and healthy is the most important thing. That being said, a little bit about me. So I also grew up in a very musical family. My parents actually met doing a show. So my whole family was kind of involved in musical theater. It's kind of in my blood, I suppose. Did my first show when I was 7 and I was hooked. And from there, I just continued to perform as much as I could. I started to explore dance as well. I kind of started off as a singer and I was like, I'm just a singer and an actress. And then everyone was like, you should take some dance classes. So, because musical theater obviously is so dance heavy. And then I fell in love with dance. And so I started competing in dance, and I did that for about 6 years. I think I competed. Right out of high school, I started working for Norwegian Cruise Line, and I was a singer for Norwegian Cruise Line for about a year. And then right after that, I went to Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, where I played cha-cha in Greece for a year, played cha-cha, understudied Rizzo, and I was on the ship for about 11 and a half months. Um, and then I moved to New York City, and I auditioned for Mean Girls for the first time. I think it was last March was my first audition, and I booked it in April, started rehearsals in August, and I was out on the road in September. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. I guess I'll hand it back over to Alexa. She will continue.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, so incredible and so amazing. And even now, I see so many of the amazing things that Grace posts, and I'm like, if I could do that, oh my goodness. It's absolutely incredible. And I look up to you so much, Grace, as well. You're just such a role model for everyone. Okay.
Oh,
So,
that's so
what we will now do until 12:15 is I will let Grace unmute some people. If you have questions, try to just keep it to one question so we could get as many as possible. We don't really look at the raised hand feature, so literally just like wave in front of the camera, do a dance, something, and Grace will be able to, Grace, you can hover over everyone's screen and you'll see a button that says ask to unmute. So if you hit that button,
okay.
yeah.
Um, Emily Craven, is that here? All right, I'm trying to unmute. Hi. There she is. Hi. Wait, hang on. I'm going to go to speaker view. There we go. Okay. I can't hear. Sorry, the audio's not working.
How are you?
Oh, I'm so good. How are you?
Thank you. Mean Girls is actually like one of my favorite musicals, and it's like one of my favorite films.
Oh, good. I'm so glad you like it.
Who played Mean Girls?
So I'm a swing, which means I cover all 8 female ensemble roles. So all of the 8 girls I do, the 8 ensemble dancers.
Oh, that's amazing.
Mhm.
Alexa,
Yeah.
how do I sign up for the Alexa Saturday? Because I tried to sign up this Saturday, but it didn't let me sign up for some reason.
Oh, well, it's not necessarily like a sign up process. It's an audition process. So all the audition information, it's if you go to my YouTube videos, any of the Sing for Alexa Saturday videos, it'll have exactly what to do in the description. There are videos that I've put on TikTok of how to do it. If you still need help finding those, just feel free to shoot me an email. Also, sorry if I seem distracted. I keep trying to like figure out how I can like turn my camera so it can like show the code to everyone on my live who's like yelling, "What's the code?" And I want for them to be able to join. Okay, okay.
It's amazing though that you got a chance to play Mean Girls.
It's so much fun.
I do performing arts in the UK, and I'm going to musical theatre college next year, and I'm going to try and get to do stuff like musicals and things.
That's amazing.
Amazing. Oh my goodness. Very cool.
Great.
Alrighty, thank you for sharing with us. Let's get someone else.
Chloe Pop. Can I unmute her? Unmute audio. There we go.
So do you have any like funny stories of or like great times that you had when you ever went on?
Oh yes, many stories. I don't even know where to start. So do you want like I'm trying to think of what kind of, because there are so many. I'm like I don't even know where to begin. What kind of story do you want to hear?
Something that's like kind of crazy or like
Something crazy. The craziest night for me was probably we were in Chicago. I had gone on for, I think, 6 of my 8 tracks. So I still had 2 left that I had to debut. And it was December 30th. And I remember that very vividly because that was the night that I sang the national anthem at the Chicago Bulls game. So I actually missed, I went late to the show. This was all through Mean Girls, so they knew that I was coming in late. I didn't just like walk in late. And I assumed that night that I wouldn't be going on because I was like, I just sang at the Chicago Bulls game. Like, they're not going to put me on stage. Little did we know that halfway through the show, I would have to go in and be debuting a track that I had never done. So that was probably like my craziest night. But there were also like weeks where I had gone on for 5 different parts in 1 week. So my brain was just like frazzled and I was mixing up parts in my head and I was trying to think ahead. It was crazy. But yeah, it's so much fun. There are so many stories, but I'm like, I don't even know where to begin.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Alrighty, we have time for 1, maybe 2 more.
All right, let's see what we got. what is it, C Boss? Let's try to unmute there.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you? That's my I'm Carlos. My name is Carlos. I don't know why I'm here. I just got bored and I just wanted to join. I want to start theater, but
That's great.
there's
That's
this
awesome.
thing that I am very scared. What's it called? Like of the crowd,
Like stage fright?
stage fright. How do you get like well, I don't know how to say it, but like
How would I or Alexa like cope with stage fright and getting over those nerves? Actually,
Yes.
Alexa, this is probably a good one for you too. Do you want to answer that and then I'll
Yeah. So, for me, I always try to not distract myself, but if my main focus is the audience, then it's like, okay, they're watching me. I have to make sure I look good. I have to make sure I don't do anything that embarrasses me or blah, 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 blah. And that just creates so many nerves. So what I have to do is I have to take that energy and put it into active things that I'm doing on stage. So instead of, being on stage, doing a scene with you and being so, focused on the audience, instead, I need to really throw myself into my work. And instead of that, say, okay, what am I doing right now? I am trying to get you to notice me. Okay, now I have something that I'm actively doing that I can put my energy into so that this kind of fades away a little bit more. And I think that the more you can do the work beforehand to really put yourself in the world of the play, then everything that happens, beyond the darkness kind of almost like fades away and you're solely in that world. Also, just reminding yourself that it's fun. I think in all of the chaos, sometimes we can forget that this is supposed to be fun. So just doing things that reminds yourself that it's fun, whether it's, prancing around in your costume and doing a bunch of twirls or laughing with your cast members, ways to get your energy out there in positive and helpful ways.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
I agree with all that. And for me, kind of similar, I always try to think about just the now. I try to not think about what I have to do in 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 20 minutes. I just think right now, this is what I'm doing, and I'm going to do the best I can do just in this moment. And then even if something goes wrong, it's then in the past, and there's nothing you can do. You just move forward and do the best you can do from there. You know what I mean? So I always do that. And a big thing for me is I make sure that I'm ready well before showtime. So some people are good at like kind of just getting quickly ready and going on stage. I like to have myself ready way before, and then I take the time right before the show to kind of chill out and just relax, really stretch, because it's good for the body and the mind. So just kind of really relaxing myself before I go on stage. That's always big for me.
Thank you.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
you're so very welcome. Alrighty, it is now time for our first singer. Here we have Emma Burton. There you go.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
Awesome. Oh, we're all so excited. So excited. So for each of the singers, when you're up, I'm just gonna ask, feel free to tell us a little bit about yourself if you'd like, a little bit of, backstory. And then from there, tell us what you will be performing. And then if you could give us a small synopsis of the show that it's from, and then where that song sort of fits into the plot. So we all have an understanding of the song.
Yeah. So, hi, I'm Emma Burton. I am 21 years old. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. I have been performing since I was 8, and it's my passion, and it's what I really want to do. I will be singing Don't Want to Be Here. Whoa. I'll be singing Don't Want to Be Here from Ordinary Days. And Ordinary Days is a musical about 4 people who live in New York City and how their normal seeming lives are extraordinary. And this song is about one of the characters' backstories and how she ends up moving to New York.
Wonderful. Do you want to do a sound check?
Yes, and I'm gonna.
Okay. Awesome.
Is that good?
Awesome. Yep.
Okay. I grew up in like the middle of nowhere, and I swore I would never go back. My hometown was like the suburb of a suburb. I actually lived on a cul-de-sac. That's literally a road that goes nowhere. That's the definition of dead end. I said I can't wait to learn to do a three-point turn because I don't want to be here. In 4 long years, I finished up with high school, graduated top of my class, thank you. But in college, I discovered that devising my own major was a bureaucratic pain in the ass. I thought I'd recontextualize Sartre, but can only register for first-year French. Ha! Well, you should have heard my mom when I dropped Le Bomb and said, I don't want to be here. No, I don't want to be here. And I am not a negative person. It's just I've always known that I had places to go, dreams to fulfill, and ideas to discover. They're just never where I am. So anyway, back at school, I waited 5 semesters till I could snag one of their random degrees. I moved down south because I heard everyone was hiring, and they were at the Applebee's. They fired me like 3 weeks later. My sublet promptly, whoops, fell through. As I checked into a hotel, I said it's just as well because I don't want to be here. No, I don't want to be here. And I was not a negative person, so I packed up my bags though I had no place to go. I opened a map and said, show me my future, because it isn't where I am. I finally got a job at some humdrum office like everyone right out of school does. I sat there at my cubicle every day sending faxes, and that's what my life was. Oh, I went back home and said to my parents, I know what I've got to do. And since I am a dork, I moved to New York. And I started grad school. I really don't want to be here. Thank you.
Woo! Oh, wonderful, Emma. Yeah, since there's not like exact volume on here, what we do for clapping is you could just like wave a ton in the camera. Yeah, make a lot of noise. There you go. Emma, that was so wonderful. I've been able to, I mean, obviously, like I follow your TikTok, so I see, I've seen a lot of you singing, and I have to say, it sounds so amazing. I feel like in this even short amount of time, just even that I've known you, just via, social media, your voice has really grown, and I'm on my mom's computer and it's freaking out for some reason. Um, it has grown so much. It's so wonderful. I really didn't have too many notes. I felt I could see you really making sure and being mindful of all the breaths because you really need those, or else, there are certain phrases that you're just like not gonna get through. There are really just a couple of acting things, but I think I'm really gonna let Grace sort of take that over. I think vocal-wise, this is a fantastic song for you. I really enjoy how talkative it is, and it sits really well in your voice. I would say, and this is just a note that I tend to give a lot at classes just because it's something I never really thought about, and it completely changed the way that I performed, especially how I approached songs like this that are very talkative. How make sure that you have a direct sort of distinction between when you're sing talking something and when you're going to sing something.
Okay.
So you have da 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 doing top of my class, but then maybe when it goes and I was not a negative person, really singing through that line instead of having everything kind of be not choppy, but very almost kind of like staccato in just the way that we talk when we talk compared to when we're singing when everything's a bit more connected. Do you kind of see that comparison? But I mean, I'm just being nitpicky. I thought it was really fantastic. I love this song
Thank
for
you.
you. Great, great job.
Thanks.
Yeah, I basically same thing. I wrote sits beautifully in your voice. It really does. It's so you have such a rich sound to your voice, and this is really a gorgeous song for it. Um, yeah, I don't really have loads of notes either, and I feel like we had a lot of the same ones, Alexa. I said it's very conversational, and I liked that you didn't, oversing the beginning because it's very casual with throwing like in there. It's literally a road that goes no, like it's very, very casual and just very conversational. So that was really great. I loved that. Um, Again, it's going to be little nitpicky things.
Okay.
So I said, just be careful with your hands.
Yep.
They tend to come up, and then I think you realize it and you bring them down.
Yep.
So just try to keep it kind of a little bit more by your side, but
Okay.
don't think that you obviously have to hold them down because it's a very conversational song, and I being Italian, I talk with my hands all the time, so I totally get it. And kind of find like a good in between for that. And then don't indicate too much with connecting a specific word to a specific gesture.
Okay.
I feel like there were a couple times that you would say like me and your hands would go here, and it would be like little things that kind of were connecting the word to the action. Let it kind of speak for itself through the lyrics. Try that out, and see how that is. And then try to find a couple more moments where the emotion really changes and try to really find that contrast. Typically a good place in this song is kind of before the I was not a negative person. She's having a separate thought right off of the last one. So that's a really good place to maybe find that quick change of emotion. And she's like, I'm not a negative person. You know what I mean? So those little moments are really, really nice. And I feel like those typically will set the standard so high, and it really amps up the performance. And just a tiny vocal thing. That's what my life was. Try to open up just a bit more. It felt kind of tight. And you did it for New York. You didn't go New York, you said New York, and you opened it to make the vowel a little bit brighter. Kind of try the same thing for was rather than like was. But yeah, I loved it. It was so much fun, and this is really a great song for you. So great choice.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
One thing, actually, that I sort of had written down, and Grace, I don't know if you would agree with this or not, but especially in a song like this, where like first we're in place one and we're talking about place one, and then it's kind of like place two, and then what do you think that it might be helpful to play around with, like, not point of view, but like, um, where we're like sending that energy and play around with like the focus? Do you think that that might be something with this song?
Yeah, definitely. I think because for a song like that, I actually don't know in the show if she's specifically talking to someone or if it's kind of just to a crowd, but this is also a very good cabaret song. And so especially for a time like that, that's perfect to experiment with that. You know what I mean? Um, and there's always a time where you can find that change in your view. Going off of that, actually, one thing I kind of learned is try to have like three kind of focal points that you can hit, but don't then go overboard and be like all over
Yeah.
the place, but definitely experiment with more than one focal point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great job, Emma. Please let us know any social media platforms. Where can we hear your beautiful voice again?
I'm Emma X Payton on TikTok and Instagram, and yeah, that's where you can find me.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, another big round of applause for Emma. Woo! Okay, moving on. We have our singer number two, Timothy. Hello.
Hi, I am so excited.
Aw.
My name is Timothy. I am 27. I grew up doing musical theater, but had to give it up because I have a heart defect, so it limits me physically. So I was never able to pursue it professionally like I would have. But I do it whenever I can. in any possible way. So I was just singing. I sing the national anthem for my university the last 3 years. That was my singing. But the song I'm going to be doing is "If I Can't Love Her" from Beauty and the Beast. If you're familiar with the story, the movie, the Disney movie, this happens right after, within the Broadway show, it happens right after he allows Belle to go back to his family, or her family, and he's trying to kind of deal with that he may never escape the curse that was put upon him, and the mental struggle of like, what's the point if I'm not going to escape this? I love her, but does she love me? It's this big like emotional? It's a very classic Broadway like feeling. So yeah, no, I'm so excited to perform for you. Okay.
Nice. Do you want to do a sound check?
I was actually just about to do that. How's that? Can you hear?
Maybe a little louder if you could.
Yeah.
Nice. There you go.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Let me. My twisted face, there's not the slightest trace of anything that even hints at kindness, and from my tortured shape, no comfort, no escape. Seemed deep in his utter blindness, hopeless, as my dream dies, as the time flies, love a lost illusion, helpless, unforgiven, cold and driven to this sad conclusion. No beauty could move me, no goodness improve me, no power on earth if I can't love her. No passion could reach me, no lesson could teach me how I could have loved her and then love me too. If I can't love her, then who? Long ago I should have seen all the things I could have been. Careless and unthinking, I moved onward. No pain could be deeper, no life could be cheaper, no point anymore can't love her. Then let the world be done with me. Thank you.
Woo! Yeah! Nice job, Timothy. Really, really nice job. Wow. Oh my goodness. I am very impressed. A lot of the technique that you're using is fantastic, actually. Very classic, Disney print sounding. It's really, really nice if everyone's noticing kind of like the roundness of the lips, just to kind of help amplify everything. And even just the way in which you're taking your breath, how it's more in like a downward stabilizing motion as opposed to like up and shallow. It's really, really, really nice. I think the big thing that I have written down is just the lyrical line. So making sure that, da, so what a line that you have a lot, da 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 da, something like that. So we have that line. So it's not just singing that, right? It's a lot in the way in which we sing it. So we never want for music should never just be like stable. Like music is usually, it should either always be going somewhere or be coming from somewhere. It's like, it's an alive organ. It's like literally it is alive. It's just a part of you as we're performing this, as all for musical theater especially. It's exactly that, music theater, 50-50. You and the music both work together to do this performance. And so following the music itself has a lot of give and take, da 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 da. It has tension and then it resolves. La da 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 da. So making sure that we're not just how like maybe you'd play it on a piano where everything kind of just like sounds the same. We're not like pianos. Our voices are like violins. It's not just something that, we like push a button, even though now like with pop it's a lot of, and it's a little bit more in that direction. But I think especially in a song like this, treating your voice more like as though it's like a violin, and never just have it be the same way throughout, but it should be going somewhere, coming from somewhere, some, adding some crescendos, some decrescendos, and then also maybe even just in the beginning, starting a little bit quieter and a bit more somber so that you have somewhere to go and build up to. But I really thought you did a fantastic job. I can completely see you slay this role one day, and when you do, I want front row tickets. So great job.
It's a dream role.
Yeah, your voice on this song is gorgeous. It is beautiful. Your vibrato is stunning, and it is so you're very grounded, and you have a very, very calming sound to your voice and your stature. It's really beautiful. Yeah, I didn't have loads of notes because I was really just enjoying it, and I love this song. It is so beautiful, and it's heartbreaking, but in like the most amazing, stunning way. So I was really trying to take in just as much as I could. The Something I want you to think about is just your focus. Because a lot of this is kind of his inner dialogue finally coming out. You know what I mean? So he's really thinking about these words. That's a lot for this character. This is a big change for him to finally release all of these feelings that he's had for really so long. So just think about because every word is so meaningful in this song. It's not just anything can be thrown away. Every word is so important, and every phrase is there's such a depth to it. So really explore those. In between like your phrases, because there are those breaks, use that to kind of get into his mindset, and thinking about your next lyric, kind of use that to go into that plate. I'm not explaining this the way I want to, but use that break to process the lyrics and move into it. Does that make sense? Is that helpful at all? And then what else did I say? Yeah. Yeah, and then finding those key phrases where you can change your emotion or build, and your voice will kind of go with it. Find, especially in the last refrain, where you can have those big moments where they're really like no point anymore. Like that's heartbreaking, and use that. And then finding where it can be kind of more calm and where you can kind of get back into yourself, because the audience loves to have those moments where we see you reflect inward. Those are really nice little moments to have. So find where it doesn't have to be out to the crowd, and it can just be kind of more within yourself. um, yeah, try to keep your focus a bit more forward, because it is one of those songs where it's so much self-reflection. But yeah, that was amazing. I loved it. I loved every second of that. It was beautiful.
I wonder if there is a place in the music, there's a motorcycle, where we can maybe go to and you can try out some of these adjustments. So thinking more about the lyrical line, everything that Grace just mentioned as well. Maybe like halfway through the song, from there to the end, possibly.
How, like, after the big musical, the break, or the lyrical break, and then going into that
What are the words where it goes like the da 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 da? Where does that
bridge.
go from there?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
I feel
great.
like that'd be a good spot to kind of transition into the end refrain and see that.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, sorry.
No worries, you're all good. Take your time. It's always tricky to find exactly where it is.
Wait, that's the end. All the things I could have been, careless and unthinking, I moved onward. No pain could be deeper, no life could be deeper, no point anymore if I can't love. No spirit could win me, no hope left within me. Oh, I could have loved her, and then she'd set me free. But it's not to be if I can't love her. Then let the world be done with me.
Nice. Okay, I want to work on that last note for a second, and Grace might be able to maybe help with that. I think it's a similar thing to Emma, in that all E's are very closed. So especially when we have an E on a high note, it kind of has to lend itself to be a bit more open, more of like a meh. I would be interested to see what would happen if you were to sing it again, and I'll give Grace a second before we do it again to give I don't know, any notes too that she might have. But I think it would really help you. Done with me. Think about just dropping your jaw. Like right now, clench your jaw, clench it, and now just drop it. Relax. Nice. It's not like pulling it down or anything, but nice and relaxed. Done with me. Just drop and just let it ring and trust your breath. Really, really trust it. Grace, do you have anything to
Yeah, that was something I was going to point out too. I think that's really smart, is just relaxing that jaw, and think just very, very forward. Don't think too far back in your throat. Try to bring it forward and make it just more open and a little bit more air coming through.
Yeah.
And then what did I say? The last phrase, the last little section. But it's not to be. What are the words right before that? And she would set me free.
Her, and that she'd set me free.
Okay, so think about those. I'm big on lyrics. So think about that phrase and those lyrics. She'd set me free. You have been trapped in this body that's not yours. She would set you free. That is a euphoric thought.
Yeah.
But it's not to be. That's a great moment to do kind of what Alexa said and find those bigger and smaller moments where you can kind of decrescendo and bring it back. That's a moment where you're like, she could set me free, but it's not to be. You're realizing in that moment, that's it. And then right after that, if I can't love her, let the world be done with me. That's your declaration. You're saying, I'm done. If I can't love her, this is it, and it's not going to happen. So those are three very different moods right after each other. Really try to dive into that. But yeah, do we have time to do just like the last?
Yeah. And also, I just want to say that you are so beautifully grounded throughout. And then as soon as we get to right before that last note, something changes in your body, and it's like not as confident or something. And I want for you for that last note to stand your ground. You are now a tree, and your feet are roots, and they are planting so far into the ground. And you're gonna have running in your head, I am talented, and I'm going to nail this note, because you will.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. If it helps, there's any context, I had to drop this song 3 half steps, I think. I'm always have to lower everything because everything's written for tenors and baritones, and I'm a bass. So, and so I'm trying to find the balance between too low and I'd really be able to hit that note like nobody's business, or more balance through diversity throughout the song, and with a little bit struggle for that last note. But
and this has a lot of range in it too, so that's understandable. Yeah.
It's too many key changes. They could have done like 2 less key changes, and it would have been great. I've been working on this song since I was 15, so.
Wow.
If I can't love her, then let the world be done with me.
Yes, there you go. Oh my gosh, even just heaps and valleys from the last time you did it. And I'm sure if we were to do it again, it'd be heaps and valleys from there. Really, really amazing, fantastic job. You have a wonderful voice. And I forgot to mention, but when we did have you start back from the bridge area, I saw you utilizing a little bit more of that give and take, and it was really, really outstanding. Congratulations. It was great.
Thank you.
That was such an improvement even from the last time. Yeah. That's all I can say. That was really good. That was awesome.
Oh, I got to cancel the spotlight. Okay, there we go. Nay. Okay, yeah. So one last big round of applause for Timothy. And please let us know, where can we find your wonderful voice again?
I'm on TikTok at RainGay because I have to find a job and I couldn't use my real name.
Love it. Love that. Okay, well, thank you so much for being here with us today and sharing your talent.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Alrighty, bye. Or it's not really bye, but okay. Last but not least, we have Amber. Hello, Amber.
Hello. Hi.
Hi. Alrighty, feel free to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, my name is Amber. I'm 18 and I am from good old sunny California. I have been performing since I was like in kindergarten, and like with my sisters, and my mom was like, you should perform. And then later I was like, no, I want to be a teacher. So I'm currently studying at my local community college to be a teacher for like early childhood education, but I still want to like step into somewhat performing. So that's like, I auditioned for this, and then I was like, whoa, it's gonna happen. So I've been taking some other master classes with like, I did show choir all 4 years in high school, and then I did theater all 4 years, but I've only ever played like the old lady. And so I've been trying to like find other songs that actually expand on that, so I don't have to subject myself to being the old lady. So I will be singing I Say No from Heather's The West End cast. And I guess we all know Heather's, you know, bang bang. No, just kidding, that's not it. But like, it's a take on popularity and like trying to find your place and what makes you happy. And so I Say No is like where she realizes that like I need to find myself first before like I dig into finding other people who find me. Does that make sense? I don't know. But yeah. So yeah.
Awesome. Do you want to do a sound check real quick? Oh wait, I was on mute. Sorry. I was saying sorry, I was suggesting things to do to like help it unfreeze. Okay, but it's okay. It's unfrozen. You're all good.
Was it good?
Oh, can you replay it actually?
Yeah.
Where everyone else was maybe able to.
I'm so sorry. I saw the screen first. I was like, whoa.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. Gotta shake my nerves because I'm like my voice.
Yeah. Take a deep breath. You can start whenever you're ready.
Great. You are a drug. You are a poison pill. I've got to kick this habit now, or else I never will. I love the rush when the glows, but you will not be satisfied until I overdose. This is it. Hit the brake. I am finally awake. Let me be. Let me go. You need help, I can't provide. I am not qualified.
my goodness, Amber, wow. Sis said, I do like show choir, and then boom, that was incredible. Wow, oh my goodness. I would love to hear from you. One thing that you think you did really, really well, and then one thing that you think you would want to improve upon or work on.
So one thing I think I did well is like I've been working on this song for a bit, for like sorry, I'm still early, so I'm like, like I don't know. But I think I'm working towards like the acting portion of it. I feel like I've improved on that since like if you first saw me sing that, it wasn't really there. It was kind of emotionless, so I feel like I put a little bit more emotion into it this time than other times. But I feel like I could have not like pushed more for like the higher beltier notes, but like I feel like my voice was just kind of like, hey, can you get there this morning? I don't know. And so that's like,
I thought it was really, really outstanding. Oh my goodness. This is a tough song, and you did it justice. You met it and raised it one. Um, one thing that I did have written down is that the way that you stand, so when you sing, so if I were to say like, okay, we're gonna sing the song, like start right now, are your feet right next to each other, or is one kind of like a little in front of the other one?
they're kind of like, one's kind of like to the side. Yeah.
Okay. I noticed a little bit of swaying in a forward and backwards motion, which a lot of people do, including me sometimes, feel a bit more grounded when they do have one foot a little bit in front of the other, but it can sometimes result in a bit of a shift of weight. But also just when you have a song like this, when you're really passionate about telling someone something, and then and you're telling them it, and it's like this motion, and you have wonderful instincts to move forward. I think that there are definitely distinct moments in here where you can say, I'm going to move forward at this point, and here's where I can back that up in the text, and it's going to be an active, backed up choice, as opposed to just doing it out of nerves, or not really knowing kind of where to put your energy. I think that this is obviously like a very crazy, chaotic song, but it's also the one where Veronica's been like crazy and doing all these things the whole show, and this is when she's like, I say no, and she's standing her ground. And I think I would have liked to see a little bit more of that groundedness from you. Yeah. And the other thing is, there was a lot going on kind of like with your left hand at times, that I noticed a little bit of, which of course, all motions are fine as long as you can like look in the text and be like, this is why I'm doing it, and it's backed up by X, Y, and Z. But I think that there might have been a couple times where it was coming out more of just like trying to make the note come out a certain way, which, hey, we all do like things with our hands to help us feel notes in certain places. But I think it was a little bit much, maybe almost on the verge of like a little bit distracting. But even that's like a stretch to say. It really wasn't anything crazy. I'm being nitpicky because you're very talented. And then the only other note that I have is something that we gave Timothy just now, which is that if we start at a 10, there's really not, if we already start up at the ceiling, there's really nowhere to build. From the first moment when you started singing, I was like, oh yeah, she says no. And I think I would have liked to see a little bit more of growing the confidence of I say no. So in the beginning, you're singing blah, 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 and have that first I say no, have it be like you're really good friends with, I don't know, think of like your best friend right now, someone that you tell all your secrets to, X, Y, and Z, and you guys are really like butting heads on some certain topic, and in your heart that you're right, and they're just pushing you and they're making you feel so uncomfortable. This is someone that you love, this is someone that you've put time and energy into, that you share secrets with, that you really, like, honest to God, love and care about and would never want to hurt. And they want the same exact thing for you, but they're butting heads, and they're trying to get you to understand. You wouldn't just scream at first like I say no to them, right? Or maybe you would, I don't know. But I think this song is her growth of trying to communicate to him that, like, I don't feel comfortable doing this, and no, and he's still pushing no, and he's still pushing no. That's gonna build over time. And that's why, if if you would have the first time said I say no and him be like, oh, okay, cool, then why would you have needed to sing the entire rest of the song? He's not agreeing with you, which is why you're trying to beat it into his head, you know? No, no, no. And it's going to build over time. It's not, you know, you're just starting, you know. So that's the only other thing that I really had. It was really lovely. Again, when you play Veronica, please invite me. I want to be in the front row. But really, really lovely job.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was
Oh, I
so
forgot to. Oh wait, I did unspotlight it. Okay, never mind. I was like panicking in my own head. Okay, we're good.
all good. Yeah, that was so good. That was awesome. I also love Heather's, love the song, so I might be a little biased, but I loved it. Yeah, and Alexa made a lot of great points, so I don't even need to like expand on those. A couple things that I had. Find, in the same kind of way I said to Timothy, find those moments of reflection, because this song does have a direct audience. You're talking to one specific person, and it's JD, and everything is with them, you know what I mean? So it's nice to find those moments of reflection within you, especially in a similar way to If I Can't Love Her. This is a moment for her where everything's coming out and she's realizing so much about herself. So definitely find those moments where it's within you. Especially, I'm trying to think of like the first refrain. This is it. Hit the brake. I'm finally awake. Even that, she's like, I'm finally awake. Like, let that be kind of a moment where it's about her figuring it out and not me telling it to you. Does that make sense? And then I love the bridge of this song. Blame your childhood, blame your dad, blame the life you never had, but hurting people, that's your choice. That's a big thing. She's saying you can blame this on whatever you want. It's all you. I don't care what you're blaming it on, because it's your choice. So it doesn't matter. So she's saying you can blame it on this, you can blame it on that, but it's your choice. And that's big. Let that be a big moment in the song, even though it doesn't have to be like that's your choice, but that's the simplicity of it speaks volumes. So really dig deep into those words. And then what did I say? Yeah, keep yourself grounded for the last section, because I know it gets crazy high up there and there's a lot going on, but really keep yourself grounded for that, and it's going to be so much stronger too, because it's already, your voice is so gorgeous on it, and you have this intensity to you, which is amazing. So keep yourself grounded, and it's just going to raise the bar that much more. And then this might be a pointless note to give, because it could just be that it's a little bit early for you, but really try to find the breathiness in those upper notes, and don't let it, because you have them easily. Think about going up and over those notes and sitting on top of them, and just expand a little bit more, so that it'll be even more powerful. But I really enjoyed that. That was really good.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful job, Amber. Big finger round of applause. Yeah. So please let us know, where can we hear your beautiful voice again?
You can follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Amber Quin with 4 N's. The one with 2 and 3 were taken. So 4 N's. There's a 4th N. People usually forget it, but if you want to follow me, you can.
Oh my goodness, definitely. Well, thank you so much for being here, Amber.
For having me.
Of course, of course. Woo! And that just about rounds up this masterclass portion of the Zoom. Yay! Thank you all so much for joining. Thank you to our amazing singers and our understudy who will be going on next week. And now a huge round of applause for our guest star of today, Grace. Thank you so incredibly much. You have no idea how much this means to all of us, and you are just such an inspiration, not only with what you do, but how you do it with such grace, and by being just so sweet. Literally the kindest person I think I may have ever met ever. Just thank you so much for everything that you do, and even just in your house right now, continuing to make a difference through your pursuits in the theater and inspiring all of us to chase our dreams. So thank you for that.
That just made my day. Thank you. This is such a beautiful thing that you do, and I'm so just humbled and honored that I get to be a part of it. So thank you. And let's give a round of applause to Alexa because that the real star of the show. So thank you.
Oh my, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Woo! Okay, so just before I stop recording, I am going to make some quick announcements. So the link in my Instagram, in my TikTok has all my information. If you want to get a private lesson with me or anything, that's how you do that. I am now also going to give Grace the floor to obviously shout out any accounts that she might have if you'd like to go on and work with her, maybe how you can possibly do that, any and all things that she offers. So grab your pens and pencils if you want to write this stuff down or any upcoming projects that Grace is doing. We want to stay updated and support.
Yeah, so if you want to reach out in terms of classes or anything like that, just reach out to me personally through my Instagram, which is just Grace Rom, GRACERON. Yeah, that's probably the best way to get in touch with me. I'm just looking forward to getting back on tour. I'm starting rehearsing and everything again. No big projects. Just me personally, we're not like back rehearsing yet, but no big projects. I'm just trying to keep myself up to date with everything Mean Girls. So happy Mean Girls Day again, everyone.
Woo! Happy Mean Girls Day! Yes, I love all the pink that I'm seeing. Awesome. Okay, so also if you'd like any like of my cute merch that I have, my egg queen, because I always joke around and say my face looks like an egg, that store is up. My PO box is up. YouTube, if you want to go subscribe to that. I'm trying to think of like other announcements. If you know any Broadway people, feel free to talk to them about Sing for Alexa Saturday to get them on here. Definitely with school, I am having a lot less time to get on TikTok and like stalk out Broadway people. So any help I can get, greatly appreciated. Grace, even if you have any friends, we'd be happy to have them on.